Okay, here's the other thing to look at on this boat. So here's the mast step. Plate still on there, some dishing here. And this plywood's got a pretty straight edge. And you can see that it is dished down in the middle. And if I go to the front, it's dished down even more. Probably going to be some soft wood in here. So I need to take this off and then keep exploring this. So okay, so here's the mast step base, and I've vacuumed it, cleaned it all up. So there's 5 screws and this bolt with a nut on it. This has come off. I can't get these to turn yet, so I'm going to put some PB blaster. Actually, I think I have some WD-40 type stuff that's like PB blaster on these, and just start working on these. If I come back tomorrow, I'm going to bring a torch so I can get some heat on this. And there's a few other things that are kind of stuck. Jay here. I'm in the boat and I'm motoring to our new moorage. I would guess I'll be there in about an hour. And that's the next step of getting this boat worked on. I will miss Rocky Point. It's a great marina. I will have no problem ever being there again in some other fashion. But the moorage we're going to is owned by a friend of mine, and it's just a real special place. Cruising sailboats. So going to be a lot of knowledge there. There's a little workshop I can work in, so it's a good fit for us for the next couple of years, I think. Okay, this is the mast step, and the cables came up through here. This piece of aluminum was caulked into place. The caulking had failed a long time ago, so that was supposed to keep water from going down in there. Then there were 6 screws, pretty heavy-duty screws holding this in place, and there was also a threaded rod here that was a ground rod. So I finally got all those out, and this thing came off, and here's what we're left with. This thing has quite a bit of, I'm not sure if this is corrosion or some kind of like filler material in here, but this is pretty, it's got a lot of, whatever this is, it's got a lot of it on there. So I'm going to clean this thing all up, and then I've been poking down in here and I can't find rot necessarily, but if I take the straight edge, you can see definitely cupping here. So and now I need to decide what to do next. So it turns into that question of, okay, well, how far do I want to go to find what I'm looking for? So that's where I am now. I'm kind of stuck. Anyway, that's what's going on now. Stay tuned. And I've been drilling these holes. There was some wet shavings that were coming out of this. This one actually had really nice bright shavings, but since the mast is off, I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Pull this open, just make sure. Look for rot in the laminations here of plywood, and repair it if we need to. So I've got this marked out. I'm going to use a grinder with a metal cutting blade. We'll see how that works, and use a vacuum at the same time. So cut is done.
So now I'm going to get a pry bar and try and see if this thing will pop out. It might not. So that worked pretty well. I just used screwdrivers to pry this thing out and it came out. It's definitely wet in here, but this is, it doesn't feel rotting, but probably should still, no, it might be a little bit. Yeah, so it's worth pulling this out. Out. I'd stepped it down in various layers, and this is the fiberglass of the inside of the cabin. So that's the entire thickness. There was some wet wood in here, but nothing rotting. I'm going to bevel these at 45 degrees so that when I fill back in, it's a scarf joint. And here's the plate that went here. This plate has some cracking here, and also on the back side. So that means that this plate has already been failing. So I think that when I fill this back in, I probably will not use this plate to fill in, and basically build up a new deck laminate. So I'm still going to think about that one a little bit, but so far so good. I was really glad that there's not actually any bona fide true rot in here. Anyway, that's it for now. Sail on.